I couldn't help but notice there are some parallels, some similarities in a way between sort of the family drama of Game of Thrones with the kind of family drama you'd find in Asgard. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe some of the parallels you might see, thematic or otherwise, between Game of Thrones and Thor: The Dark World?
Yeah, well, in both cases, it's using the conceit of a fantastical alien world to sort of make fresh what is really a domestic drama. In Game of Thrones, seeing Tyrion battle with his sister, Cersei, seeing the relationship between children and their fathers, it's all stuff that we can relate to. That is, the oldest stories we tell. It's all about that stuff. It's all the stuff we're interested in at a psychological level because we're living it all the time. But it takes place in this otherwise, fantastical foreign realm. I think the same thing is true in Thor. It's the brilliant thing that Ken Branagh did in launching it was to make it very much a story about two brothers, a story about brothers competing for the love of their fathers. So it's small and confined and human at the same time that it's this blown out intergalactic world.
Do you think that the fact that you did work on such a big show, and look, you don't have a lot of time and a limited budget on these things, do you think that was a huge plus you had in your column? Is like, I can do this, I can bring in this giant machine on time?
I think that's why I wasn't that intimidated by the prospect of actually making it. It's also clearly the only reason why I got the job, because it turns out that Kevin Feige was a big fan of Game of Thrones, and so I could come in with a kind of mandate to bring some of that to this world. So it was what I wanted to do, and they sort of, just by bringing me in, they kind of signed off on that idea, I think.
Has working on Thor 2 precluded you from being able to work on Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I had to miss season 3 entirely. Had to miss the Red Wedding, which I was so looking forward to. Looks like I'm going to miss season 4 because of this phase. This sort of bringing the film out into the world is going to take up some time. But I hope to get back there before they kill off all my favorite people.